그 읽었어? Hi everyone. That $1 of every 3 in consumer debt is in credit cards. The fact is, credit cards debt is rising faster than Americans' income, and more folks are falling behind in. Did you know that the average credit card holder in this country has 10 cards, and the average family owes over $7,500? That's a record. And did you know their payment? So today I'm going to look at why credit cards are a problem and what you can do to make sure it's not a problem for you. The plain fact is that a lot of people are in trouble, and to get out of the financial trouble, they're using credit cards to get over the hump. Credit cards are common among university students in the United States. A study by a professor at Iowa State University found that 76% of students hold 3 or more credit cards, while 40% has 6 or more. And even though rate starts from 5%, the typical credit card holder pays 17.66%. Many of us get into serious debt, and that's usually credit card debt. And it won't necessarily be because we are just plain reckless. Sometimes it can happen by charging up your cars with essential in an emergency. Suppose you have been a victim of downsizing. While you're looking for work, you might be tempted to put groceries and rent on your cars and hope that a job will come along that will help pay the bill. Or you might not be making enough to cover basic needs and using credit cards to make up the difference. Unfortunately, many people overextend themselves and get so deeply in debt that managing their loans becomes a second job. Not only are normal bills, the rent, the utilities, the insurance piling up all the different payments dates, but they also have the credit cards and car loans to pay. In the end, you find your top dip and don't know what to do. So what can you do? What can you do to make credit cards less or a problem for you? If you find yourself with a large outstanding balance, the best advice is to stop charging. It's no accident the minimum payment is low. It keeps you from noticing the high interest rates you are paying. On a 21% credit card, the minimum payment on $1,000 would keep you paying for around 10 years. Longer if you keep charging. In short, minimum payments are not a good deal. The next step, look for ways to pay off your debt, even if you have to use savings to do it. It's always best to pay off debt if the credit card interest you are paying is higher than the interest you are earning on your savings. There is no sense having $1,000 in the bank earnings just 3% interest when you can use the money to pay off a credit card balance piling up at 21%. If you don't have savings to pay off your debt, then you can apply for a new credit card at a lower rate. There are many cards offering low introductory rates for the first year, and they allow you to transfer your balances. You can take advantage of those low rates. Then after a year, when they go up, look for new introductory rates. However, if things aren't looking quite so good and all of these sounds too hard to achieve right away, at least take a look at your interest rate. If you carry a balance from month to month, that interest rate is your most important consideration. If your rate is 18% or higher, that's the average nationwide. You're probably making things tougher on yourself than they need to be. There are other card issuers that will charge you a lot less, as little as 8.75% to 12.50%. Lastly, charge only when you can pay off monthly. If you get a card with a grace period and pay off your balance monthly, you pay no interest at all. When you look at the options available to you, you can see that credit cards don't need to rule your life. Just imagine how much easier life would be if you knew that the next round of bill would be arriving with no more new charges on them. There's nothing like that to draw on your spirits, but there's also nothing like the idea of actually one day being that free to give you the strength to make a change. So if this is your problem, then I have some advice for you. It's time to plan for that free life. And to do that, you need to a formal plan. Remember that all the savings, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you manage your credit properly, you're rewarded with better rates, lower payment terms, and a positive credit history. And once that happens, you're on your way. The bottom line is this: you don't have to give up credit cards. You just have to make them work for you instead of the other way around. If you're working to keep the credit card people paid, then it's time to take charge. You don't have to let credit cards rule your life, and from today, if you want to make the change, they won't be ruling your life. Thank you very much.